Hey now, going live on YouTube. Yes, it's magic time. It's March 9th, 2018, and we're going to have some fun tonight. Every night, I go live on YouTube between 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you want to be notified of that, you hit the red subscribe button. If you're not a subscriber, then there's a little bell icon. You hit that bell icon, then you hit all notifications, and that's how you know when I go live sometime in between that range. But here's the magic part. You can join the live feed, and you could type a comment in the live chat. The live chats are kept and they're etched in history in YouTube replay land. So when people watch this video 10 years from now or 10 minutes from now after it ends, they will see your comment. They will see if you said something reckless or crazy, or if you said something sexual. Okay? You can come in here and you can say, Sam, I want to talk about living in a car. You can come in here and say, Sam, I want to talk about sex. You can come in here with a profile picture of how you looked 10 years ago. But the truth is, you're sitting behind your keyboard in your underwear, out of shape, smelly, ugly. You don't look anything like you looked 10 years ago in your profile picture, but I would never know. But guess what? I don't really care. Why? Because I'm never going to meet you in real life. That's the truth. I had to say it. I got to say it. All right? But overall, as long as you come in here with overall positivity, I'm going to be okay with it. But if you come in here with some negativity, some crazy shit, I'm going to block you. That being said, I'm not going to just quote Bible scriptures. I mean, once in a while, I got a good viewer, Oscar. He comes in here and he reminds me that there may be nuclear war. Do I block him? No. Why? Because he's overall respectful. So once in a while, you need a guy to mix up, say, look, Sam, I know you're talking about living in a car, but nuclear war. So I am open to talk about anything. And I'm not going to ask for money. I'm not going to pander to you. I'm going to be myself because that's how I like to live my life. That being said, I also structure each live session with a specific structured topic. In life, you have to structure things to a certain point to give it direction. But you also have to leave it free-flowing to give it creativity. And that's where the live comments come in. That's when I read the live comments, and then again, the conversation can go anywhere. I'm going to read some of the live comments now, then I'll get into the structured topic. All right? Let's do it. If you like this, here's the real thing. If you like this, hit the thumbs up. If you don't, then whatever. But I have to say it. Why? I don't know. They say people, look, I'm human. We all need encouragement. So I say it, one is to remind you, but two is we all need encouragement. Do I need encouragement? Yes. Do I want you to hit the thumbs up if you don't like it? No, do whatever the fuck you want. But that's all I have to say. All right, let's get into live comments. Starpack, our brother from Illinois. Great leader, great man. Show some love and respect for Starpack. It's Friday night. Starpack, thumbs up to you, brother. Thumbs up to you. Good viewer. Love Starpack. Rashad's in the building. What's up, y'all? Rashad, hope you had a good day. It's Friday. Let's go forward. Starpack, how are you doing? Yeah, overall, I'm doing good. It's Friday. It was a little bit of a challenging week because the snowstorm really put a damper on things. Again, I live full-time in my car, live in the New Jersey area, New York, New Jersey area, and we got about a foot of snow this week. The temperatures weren't that cold, but there was a lot of inconvenience. And, you guys know me who watch this channel normally, my heart is in the southern state of Florida. Why? Because sunlight, hot weather encourages me, and it gives me the life force energy that I like to be outdoors, to sweat, and to just live an outdoor lifestyle. That being said, sometimes in life, for a season, we have to do what we don't want to do to position ourselves to bring us into a new season to do the things we want to do. Sometimes when you're young, you have to work some jobs you don't like. Why? So you can build up your resume, so you can position yourself to eventually do what you want to do. There's a season for everything in life. Now we're going to get into the structured topic, but I see a lot of comments. We're going to get to them all. There is a season in life for everything. In the book of Ecclesiastes, it goes down this whole list of things. Time to live, time to die, time to laugh, time to cry, all these different things. Such it is with life. There's a season maybe to be a parent. But guess what? You can't be a parent forever. A lot of times people have 3, 4 kids. Why? Because they want to relive the season of when the child was 1 to 3 before the child can talk back to them. But you can't relive that season. You have to go into a new season. Sometimes people want to relive their childhood. They want to relive how they were in high school. People struggle with that in their 20s. They want to go back to when they were the popular kid in high school, even though when they were in high school, they wanted to get out of high school. They don't want to go into a new season. They want to relive their childhood. Remember Nas had that song, Second Childhood? Friends breaking his mom's furniture, watching Comic View. Remember that? It's people who get stuck in one season and can't adapt and transition to a new season. They suffer. The only way you thrive in life is if you position yourself, then you transition to a new season. Because life has seasons. There's a time for everything. When you're young and there is a time to build up your resume, build up your knowledge, go out there, try things, see what works for you, what doesn't. When you're in middle age, it's time to really settle in, key in on your strengths, and get ready to live your destiny. When you're older, it's time to, you still have to share. There's part of you that wants to leave a legacy, but you also have to downsize and simplify so that you can live a more relaxed life because your physical energy is depleted. There's a time for everything. But no matter what time of life you're in, you always have to be mindful of pushing forward to a new season. And many times people struggle with that because people struggle with change. It's human nature. Human nature. What I want to focus on is no one else controls if you go into a new season other than you. Your lover doesn't control it. Your boss doesn't control it. Your kids don't control it. Your parents don't control it. No one controls if you go into a new season other than you. Trump doesn't control it. Clinton doesn't control it. North Korea doesn't control it. You only control it. That's why sometimes, I love Oscar, and he's welcome in here to say anytime he wants that nuclear war is imminent. But that's why sometimes I get upset when people say, oh, nuclear war is going to happen, or oh, I blame the president for this, or I can't do this next thing because of whatever reason. They blame their parents, their lover, whatever. Life is about focusing on what you can control. That's the only way you go into a new season. So if you apply for a job and you follow up and you give it all your effort, you have nothing else to worry about because you did everything in your control. You're destined for a new season. No one can take what God has for you. But if you stay stuck in a mindset of my new season is dependent on someone else, you don't have the right mindset. You will blame someone else for staying exactly where you are because it's easier to blame someone else for the reason that you can't transition rather than to take accountability for your own life, make the decisions, and position yourself for that new season. God will miraculously make some things happen, even in a way you can't understand, that will allow you to enter that new season. But only when you stop saying that you won't position yourself because you're saying my new season is dependent on somebody else. No, your new season is not dependent on somebody else. It's not dependent on a political thing. It's dependent on action. Your action, your follow-up, you have to be persistent. A new season of your life, it has to come through action and persistency and pushing past fear. Are you going to be scared? Hell yeah, you're going to be scared. I'm scared all the time when I do new things, but you have to do it. As you do more, less fear. As you do less, more fear. And when you're stuck in an old season, you're like one of the people that wear basketball shorts when there's a foot of snow outside. I love basketball shorts, but you shouldn't be wearing basketball shorts in an old season. Right now, it's not the season for basketball shorts unless you're in Florida. That's why I want to go to Florida. But what I'm trying to tell you is you have to position yourself for the season. For not only the season you're in, but for the season to come. Positioning is huge. You ever play basketball? You have to position yourself for the rebound. You don't just wait until the shot drops off the rim. As soon as someone shoots a basketball, you immediately position yourself to get that rebound. You position yourself for the new season, what's to come. You don't wait until your house is sold to position yourself to live a downsized life. You sell everything in that house before the house is sold. You liquidate everything. You don't wait until the baby is born, until you have the crib ready, until the room's painted. As soon as you're in the second trimester, you're fucking painting the room, you're buying baby shit. Why? Because you're preparing for that new season. You're positioning yourself. And that's not dependent on the doctor delivering a baby. It's dependent on you. The only thing that's going to excite you in life is if you go into a new season. Depression is caused by focusing on the previous season of your life. Life is constant change. It's like a river. You can never touch the same spot twice. And you will be, even though you're fearful to go into a new season, even though it's scary, even though you're unsure of yourself, the more you go towards what's inside of you, what's your dream, what's your goal, what's your passion, the more you gravitate towards that, the happier you will be. Why? Because the new season will never leave you unfulfilled. The new season will not make you miss out on what you have. It will give you something better than what you do have. But many times people don't want to let go of what they have because they think what they'll get may not be as good. You can't have that mindset. That's not the mindset of going into a new season. That's the mindset of I'm staying here and I'm never leaving. Is there any guarantee that if you go into a new season of life that you're going to fail? Look, failure is part of success. You should mitigate your risk. You should position yourself to take, calculated risk. And you shouldn't be one of these people like, oh, I drive my RV, down a hill full of rocks. I'm taking risks. That's not risk. That's just being unwise. But people should do what they want. Jesus said when Satan tempted him to jump off the mountain, the devil said to Jesus, this is like, again, to teach us a lesson, not to be like a actual literal. But basically what happened was the devil tempted Jesus. He said, if you're really the Son of God, jump off this mountain, because if you're the Son of God, angels will come and protect you. Did Jesus do that and say, oh, well, that's what life's about, taking risks? No, he didn't do that. He said you shouldn't, the scriptures also say you shouldn't tempt God and put him to task. You shouldn't say, well, I'm going to jump off this mountain, so God, if you're really there, you should protect me. Because part of spirituality, part of God is wisdom. God is wisdom. It says the beginning of knowledge is wisdom. You have to also use wisdom in your new season. So you position yourself, you do things responsibly. You guys know me. I would be in Florida already if I wasn't using wisdom to go into my new season. But you have to use a level of wisdom. You have to use a level of calculated risk. But be clear, you can't stay where you are and go into your new season. Eventually you got to bite the bullet. But there's a time for that. There's a time for everything. The book of Ecclesiastes said there's a season for everything. Where do you start? You start in order. God is a God of order, not disorder. Where do you start? You start from the top of the list and go your way out. Yes, sometimes you'll zigzag. Everything isn't perfect. But that's where you start. That's where you get structure. Every night when I go live, I see people who go live and they just talk out of their ass. The fucking live feed is very uninspiring. Why? Because there's no structure. No structure. And they're fucking like, they're letting like fucking Grandma Patty lead the structure. All Grandma Patty wants to do is donate $20 so she's seen on the screen and everyone else says, oh, great job. That's very manipulative of her and of the people who accept that money. Very manipulative. You need structure and you need creativity. You need a plan, but then you also need to prepare. That part of going to the new season has no plan. There is a level of you jump from one cliff to another, that there's no guarantee, there's no safety net in life, but you don't just jump off the side of a mountain with no plan. You have to have both, a plan and some risk taking. A new season is part of getting to your destiny. You won't be happy in an old season. It's the old part of your life. Raising your kids is old once you get to a certain age. New season. That's what's on my spirit tonight. That's how we live a rich and fulfilled life, by not following my dreams, not following someone else's dreams, but tapping inside of yourself and seeing what are your dreams, what are your goals. And then to get to that new season where your dreams get closer and closer and closer. And then as you get closer to those dreams and goals, as you accomplish them, the fun doesn't stop. God gives you then an evolved vision of a new goal, a new dream. And it's always what's best for you. It's never to leave you embarrassed and on the hook to look like an asshole. As long as you do things in order, as long as you use wisdom, as long as you try to take somewhat calculated risk, you are always going to end up exactly where you're meant to be. Your blessing is not dependent on someone else. It's not depending on a hiring management. It's not dependent on your kids, not depending on your parents, not dependent on a lover. Your blessing is dependent on your action, your accountability, and your decisions. And here's the good part. I believe in grace. Even if you make the wrong decision, even if you fail, Yes, there's a lesson to learn. Yes, there's some pain, but there's grace. There's not judgment, there's grace. Is that important? Hell yes, that's important. Because you don't realize until you fail the need for grace. There's a need for grace. All of us need it, no matter how wise. That's what I want to share with you in a structured topic. Now, let's get into the live feed. All right. Capstar. Hey, everyone. Happy Friday. Yes, it is a happy Friday. After all that 15-minute of serious talk, guess what we got now? Happy Friday talk. Where I talk gently and sexy and I make funny comments and middle-aged women want to date me on the road. Will that happen? Probably not. Probably not. But I'm very thankful for all the women who love me and some guys. But I'm not going to date any guys. I'm sorry. Now, what I will tell you is remember the guy, I think Bob Ross from Channel 13 PBS. He used to paint magical paintings. I used to watch him after school. Very, very soothing voice. Very soothing way he painted. Creativity was great. And he would often say he's making happy birds. He would paint his masterpiece. And it would also be sometimes in coordination with the season, right? So if it was spring, he would say, all right, it's springtime. We're gonna paint flowers blooming. And so we're gonna make a happy bird. And we're gonna make a tree. And if the tree, if he would make a mistake in painting the tree, he wouldn't beat himself up. He wouldn't talk bad to himself. What he would do is he would make another squiggly line. Say, you know what? That's okay. This tree will have 2 squiggly lines instead of 1. There's no mistakes. There's only we make it different. We make it better. We make it new. And that's how you have to treat your dreams and your goals. Will there be some, you go to paint a tree and then all of a sudden it's got like too many branches and you messed up? Yeah, but then you just refine it. You start now and you refine as you go. Very important. All right, next comment. Linda, hey all. Linda, peace and love to you. Smiley face emoji and peace emoji to you. Pat, nothing bad from Sam. We are just chatting with others about our lives. That's right. Do I appreciate everyone who comes into the live feed and adds a comment? Heck yeah. Why? Because it's fulfilling. It's rich to share in a loving, healthy, safe environment and to have some fun. That's why I give you credit for being willing to type a comment. I mean, it's very fun. And it's easy to sit there on the other side of the computer and just say, I'm going to watch this guy talk crazy in his car. And when I'm bored, I'm out of here. Now, if you want to do that, I ain't mad at that because I do that on some other live chats. But what I want to say is I want to give you credit and acknowledge you for adding to the live chat. Thank you. Linda, a new season will for me be to move in a van. That's a great dream. I owned my own condo for 15 years. A year and 2 months ago, I sold my condo and I started living full-time out of my car. It was a little bit rough in the beginning, but I'm telling you right now, for me, it was one of the best things I ever did. Not just for financial freedom, but for mental freedom. Sure, there's some downsides with living in a car, just like there's some downsides living in a house. But for me, maybe not for you, for me, totally freeing. I go to work and I have a totally free mind. Why? Because I'm not worrying about anything. I mean, I can do whatever I want pretty much. I'm trying to do things responsibly based on my goals. They may not be your goals. But what I will say is I have complete mental freedom. Is that important? Hell yeah, that's important. If you don't think it's important, you go to your job and you look at other people who are struggling mentally and you tell me if that's not important. That's very important. You go into the store and you see people who are rushing to get to that check line, to get out of there, to beat rush hour. And you're never in a rush. Why? Because your house is always in the parking lot. You go to your car, you go to anywhere you want, and you don't have to worry about anything. You know how much of a mental pain it is to get out of work, to rush to the store, to rush to your house? For me, very uninspiring. Living light has been a blessing in my life. I do not recommend it for everyone. But what I do recommend is downsize, less is more, and then you define what you want in life. The beautiful Antelania D'Angela. Who is she? She is a beautiful woman from the Tampa Bay, Florida area. She has a vision, a dream of being 83 years old, dancing like no one's watching on a cruise ship, then being swept off her feet by a simple man. But this simple man has a lot of money. And he wants to listen to her talk and never say anything bad back to her. Then he wants to feed her cheesecake and never complain about her weight. Then he wants to take her on trips and cruises all over the world. And all he wants to do is shut his mouth and listen to D'Angela talk. Is that reality? Hell no, that ain't reality. But that's a dream. That's a vision. And should she give up on that vision? Hell no. Some people mock my vision for wanting to live off my investments and be down in Boca Raton. I should never steal D'Angela's dream. She better not steal mine. And guess what? If she gets to her dream, and I believe she will I not be the first one supporting her that she found a man that loves her and wants her to dance all over the place like no one's watching, and also wants to pay for the tab. Am I mad at that? Hell no, I ain't mad at that. I love D'Angela. Peace and blessings to you. Hey, D'Angela. D'Angela. Hey, all. So happy it's Friday. I'm finally able to tune in. We love to have you. I miss you every time you're out here. Tune in to the beginning of the live stream. Thank you. Hope you stayed in there. Hope everyone had a good week. Angela, we love you. I'm having jokes, but you're beautiful. You're smart. You can do whatever you want. Never let anyone else, including me, define your life. You define your life. Never let anyone else, including me, steal your dream. You decide what dream, what life you want to live. That goes for everyone. Part of why I am happy and rich, why? Is because I didn't let anyone else define my life. So I have fun with you guys. I joke around, and I like doing that. But I'm very serious when I say never let anyone, including me, steal your dream. You live the life that you're meant to live. Responsibly, but live it. Take risk, yes, but be careful. If you mess up, there's grace. Forward we go. Bat. Hey, everyone. D'Angela. Nothing ever stays the same. That's very true. Good point. And I take solace in that. That's right. A new season can be positive. Definitely. You can learn from your mistakes. That's right. I've made them. And move forward accordingly. Happy face emoji. Amen. D'Angela, preach that word. Sailing John. My guy, Sailing John. Who's Sailing John? Sailing John is a guy who lives full-time on his boat. I was just watching a YouTube video on a guy in his Class B who once lived in a boat. And he said there was less expensive to live in a Class B. He did, however, acknowledge that it was cheaper to live in his boat than it was to live in a cheap apartment. So he lived a variety of different type of lifestyles. But what he found is it's better not to have a mortgage. It's better not to be owned by the banks. It's better to have freedom if that fits your lifestyle. And he was very inspiring. Now, he stopped making videos. You'll find that most people that live an alternative lifestyle, or at least on YouTube, after about a year, 2 years, they're not on YouTube anymore. Why? I don't know. Maybe they changed their life. Maybe they go back to a conforming life. We had a great viewer in here, American Writer. He lived out of his car for 9 months, then he went back to an apartment. Was that a mistake? No. No, it's not a mistake. Your life is meant to be lived. You're not meant to live the same life 75 years in a row and then call it a life. No. You should go and you should try alternative ways to live. You want to live in a van? Go ahead. Then if 9 months later you want to go back to an apartment, do that. Why? Because it's your life. As long as what you're doing is not hurting anyone, you have the right to do that. Never forget it. Star Pack. That's my guy, Star Pack. Why do I like Star Pack? The brother is young, positive, consistent, and very knowledgeable for his age. Should you not support that? Hell yeah, you support that. He is the future, maybe even a future president. Would I vote for Star Pack? I would vote for Star Pack. Now, truth be told, I'll beat Trump in the 2020, but Trump's doing good right now. He may win again without me even having to run against him. Star Pack. I'm liking the topic so far, Sammy. Thank you. I'm going to be dropping in and out. Do your thing. You have freedom. And live stream tonight. I need to reorganize myself and prepare for a test coming up. Stay hydrated. See that? This brother knows how to manage his time. Prepare for the test. He'll come in as he wants and stay hydrated. Drink more water. Eat more plants. That's how you stay healthy and prepare for your new season. Prepare for your new season. Go forward, not backwards. Life is meant to be living forward, not backwards. Can't go back, gotta go forward. The beautiful D'Angela. If you let go of the past will let go of you. D'Angela, preach that word. You have to let go. Every time you have a painful mental thought, let go. If you have a sad moment in your mind tonight, let go. If you have a sad phone call with someone else, let go. If you watch a sad movie that brings up sad memories, let go. What was that Frozen lady? That's the whole movie was about. Let go. I didn't even watch that movie, but that's how it got well known. Let go, let go, let go. Amen. Linda, I remember him. Yes, talking about Bob Ross painting those paintings. The beautiful D'Angela. Left my ass off. That sure sounds like my dream. Amen. Amen. Now, would I dance with D'Angela on a cruise ship? Not in Tampa, but if she came to Cape Canaveral or Miami and she was boarding a cruise ship, what I would do while it was docked is I would come on that cruise ship. I would sweep her off her feet, dance romantically to Mark Anthony. okay? Because when I'm in Southeast Florida, I'm Latino, okay? When I'm up here, I'm a Viking. But I'm getting very close to being fully Latino. Then when I go down there, we're going to be dancing to Mark Anthony, okay? We're going to be grinding a little bit. It's going to get a little wild. Then, as the ship gets ready to take off, I'm leaving. Why? Because I don't want a relationship. Sorry. Let the old guy who wants a relationship, let him take D'Angelo. I'm going to leave, all right? AJ, that's my guy. Why do I like AJ? Positive brother. Positive brother. He don't bring no drama, just gives positivity. AJ, hands up emoji and praying emoji. Love and respect and prayers and blessings to AJ. DT 2006. Love and respect to you, Sam. Love and respect right back to you. When you plant a seed of love and respect, what do you get? You get it right back to you. If you plant a seed of disrespect, what do you get? You probably get blocked. But if once in a while you come here and say a little bit of fun things, I'm going to let it slide. But you get too crazy, block. Hector, that's my guy Hector, also now full-time living out of his car. Hector, what's up, Sam? Made it a week so far, trying to find activities to do so I won't get bored. Yes, every hour you should get up and walk. Go to a Lowe's, walk around the Lowe's. Look at all the shit. Look at all the water heaters. Look at all the sinks. Look at all the toilet bowls that you don't have to pay for anymore, that you don't have to maintain. That's inspiring. Go in Walmart, just walk around. Go anywhere you can and walk. As soon as you walk and you put on your earphones and you put on music, you're inspired. Then you will know what to do next. How do you get inspired? Walk and listen to music, and then it will be revealed what is next. Never forget it. D'Angelo, I am going through some tough changes this year. I'm with you, but they will be for the better. That's right. Change will be for the better. Change will be for the better. Take action, trust that, and go forward. Part of my dream, I love this, define your dream. Yes, here we go. D'Angelo's going to tell us her dream. Very excited. Part of my dream is to move up to St. Augustine. I love St. Augustine. D'Angelo, me and you may date. All right, let's take a look. Is to move up to St. Augustine and eventually live in an RV. Well, that's possible too. I love to dance flamenco until I'm old. D'Angelo, I'm not fully Latino when we're in St. Augustine, but I can say we can dance. We may even dance to smooth jazz. As St. Augustine, as we look at the boats, because there's a very nice harbor there, by where they have that, it used to be a fort. Now, there's a lot of tourists there, too, so we'll see. But I love, there's a lot of parks, a lot of forest. St. Augustine is a great area. I love St. Augustine. In the summer, I would definitely be in St. Augustine. Why? Because you get a little bit of break from the Southeast Miami heat. D'Angelo, things are looking up. Wandering Soul, also love Wandering Soul. Why? Because she's self-expressing. She is healing. And she's moving forward. Is she still going to fail? Yeah, I'm still going to fail. But guess what? There's grace. There is grace. Never beat yourself up. Never talk bad to yourself. Be honest with yourself. I'm not saying let shit slide. But talk well to yourself. Talk loving to yourself. Does that matter? Hell yeah, that matters. If you're getting beat up all day by the world, should you pile in on yourself? That's not healthy. That's not wise. That's not going to help you be better. That's certainly not going to bring you into your new season. You don't go into your new season until you learn how to talk well to yourself. Because to get into your new season, you need confidence. You need energy. We talked about that last night. How do you keep your energy level up? By taking care of yourself well. So to maintain good energy levels, you need to talk to yourself well. Very important. Please do that. All right, let me take a hydration break. Renegade's getting all fogged up. I'm fired up. Why? It's Friday, and I'm closer. Very close to Boca Raton. Pray for me. All right, Wandering Soul, here we go. Dang. Wandering Soul says, dang, I don't get any notifications. Well, you get notifications. One is if you're not a subscriber, you hit red subscribe, then a bell pops up. Then you hit that bell, and then there's a selection. You select all. That's how you get notified for all. If you're already a subscriber, the subscription bar is gray, but next to that gray bar is the bell. Make sure that bell has 2 annunciations on it and you have selected all. If not, you may just be on the occasional notification thing. That happened to me to a couple people I subscribe to. But some people don't want to be notified on every video, so they just click occasional. That's your right. Then she says, a new season, huh? Question mark. I'm thinking of shaving my head. How's that for a clean break? Well, one is you should do what you want. Remember Britney Spears did that? Did that end up good? Not initially, but eventually she evolved out of that. Have I had a breakdown? I mean, I've had certain breakdowns. I mean, not where I've totally lost or anything, but we've all had breakdowns. I mean, let's be honest with each other. So one is you're safe here. There's no judgment. 2 is, again, I just say talk to yourself well. If you could start there, talk to yourself well. Every day go for a walk, and every day throw something out. In my opinion, I believe by decluttering your life, you will heal mentally. Throw things out every day, go for a walk, and talk to yourself well. If you can do that, you may still feel the pain of sometimes mental breakdowns, but it will get better. That's my opinion. Wandering Soul, forward. Josh, that's my guy Josh. Why do I like Josh? Another positive brother. Okay? Very positive brother. And he has a dream of one day living his life. Can that happen even though he has kids and a wife? Yeah. Yes, it can happen. Anything can happen. You can go into a new season. Because guess what? It's not always going to be a season where him and his wife are raising his kids, taking them to school. Believe me, that season will be over. And then there'll be a new season. And then there'll be another. Go into your new season. Josh, glad I caught you tonight. Always a pleasure. A pleasure, brother, to have you. Happy Friday, homie. Happy Friday to you. Thumbs up emoji to you. Is it important to say happy Friday? Yeah, why? Because you know what? It makes life a little bit more fun. A little bit lighter. Okay? Look at my fake smile. It's fake as hell. But it's just, you got to keep life a mixture of seriousness and laughter and jokes and lightheartedness. If you're not lighthearted, you will be heavy-hearted. If you're heavy-hearted, you certainly ain't going to your new season. You need a sense of humor to go into your new season. How do you win a debate? By being rough and saying this other person's a prick, but then also laughing at yourself. It is a great quality when you learn to laugh at yourself. You automatically attract people. You automatically get their vote of confidence. You should learn to laugh at yourself and at the situation. You will heal and you will grow by doing that. Never forget it. Linda, another apartment. Don't think for me. One day at a time. That's right. That's wisdom. Change is painful. It is. I've been through it, so I have grace. But God's will be done. Yes. Good comment, Linda. God's will be done. I believe in God. I believe in mind, body, and soul. Believe what you want. I have love and respect for atheists and every other religion, as long as what you're doing is not hurting anyone. But I want to say this. Your season, your new season, is not dependent on anyone else other than you. You have to make the decisions. You have to take action. And then God will place other people to give you favor. Other people around you, they will give you favor. And even if they don't, your blessing is not dependent on someone else. And here's the other thing. There is enough of a blessing for everyone to get blessed. Never be jealous. Jealousy will steal your new season. Sometimes we think that, I have to get this before someone else does. No. That's almost jealousy. That's almost a spirit of control. Whatever is meant for you will be. And there is enough. There is enough for everyone. That's why, some people like Class Bs, some people like Class As, some people like living out of a car. Some people like Asian. I like Asian girls. Some people like Dominican girls. Some people like, whatever type of girls. Sometimes it's good that people like different things. Why? Because it makes it enough for everyone. That makes the world go round. And that's important. And that takes some of the pressure off. See, sometimes we put too much pressure on ourselves. The other thing I want to speak on is Wandering Soul and me had a bond where when I went to sell my house last year, I felt like something was going to go wrong and I wasn't going to get out of this season and into my new season. Sometimes when you're so close to your new season, you get very fearful that if just one thing goes wrong, you can't go into your new season. And it's like one thing to be stuck where you are and not to see any way out. But it's like also another thing to be so close to your new season that you can taste it, but yet you feel like something may go wrong and then you're going to go right back. Don't live in fear. Live one day at a time. Every day you take action. Every day you throw something out. Every day you go for a walk, and every day you talk well to yourself. That is focusing on what you can control. The rest, you let go. You let go. You let go. And give it to God. Amen. Gilbert, our brother who usually watches me on Roku. Now, do I know what Roku is? It's some type of Wi-Fi service, but Gilbert has finally joined. And I thank God Gilbert has joined. Why? Because Gilbert also another positive, respectful, good brother. And I love Gilbert. Love and respect to Queens in the house. Gilbert, what's up? What's up, Sam? Been missing you guys live. We missed you too. Watching episodes. I appreciate that. But now I'm here. Amen. Now, on every replay, what do you see? You see the comments. So now forever you will see Gilbert's comment. Tomorrow, when someone wakes up in Australia and they watch in to see this guy from New Jersey living out of his car, living in his Jeep Renegade, and they watch this live session, they will see everyone's comment. And they will say, wow, what a magical night that was on that live stream. I must join. And that's very positive. When do I go live? Every day between 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Very important. AJ gave the lifting weight emoji And he said, at this moment, Planet Fitness, pound emoji. AJ had a rest day yesterday. What is a rest day? A rest day is when you restrain from doing too much physical activity so that your muscles can heal. Your muscles actually grow when you rest, when you sleep, and when you have an off day. Because the muscle tissue repairs itself and it grows bigger. When you lift weights, your muscles actually tear and rip. And so it's that painful process that starts the new season, the new you, but it's also the rest that grows after the pain, growing pains. And it's a very interesting parable to life, weightlifting versus growing and evolving, and how rest and action play a part in that. I talked about yesterday, to protect your energy, you have to learn to rest. Get the proper sleep, not too much sleep, between 6 to 8 hours per night. One day a week you should take to really just be not lazy. You should not oversleep, but to rest. Very important. Gilbert, happy Sabbath, y'all. Gilbert, serious on the Sabbath. Now, did I know some Seventh-day Adventist Sabbath people? Oh, hell yeah, I knew them. Very close to a spirit of Jehovah Witness. Almost dated a Jehovah Witness. Is there anything wrong with that? No, I still kick it with them. Very cool. I'm cool with everybody. But I find it very interesting. Is there anything wrong with doing that? There's nothing wrong with doing that. You should live whatever life you want to live. But I am against any strict law that prohibits free-flowing choice and a free-flowing mind. Meaning, Paul the Apostle said, Jesus delivered us from the law. Don't you get caught up in tradition that puts you in bondage back to the law. And I tell you the truth, many people who claim to be free by the name of Jesus have become back in bondage by the law. Whether it's through the Sabbath, whether it's through circumcision, whether it's through any type of handed down tradition that keeps them in a mental prison of, if they don't do this, God's getting mad at them. The Ten Commandments, the law, is a structure. Grace is the freedom to use your creativity. You need both, but you have to do so with the mindset of grace. Never forget it. Whew, giving you a lot tonight. D'Angelo, love these live streams. I love you. I find them more entertaining than watching Hallmark movies. Well, amen. Now, do I watch Hallmark movies when I'm with my mother? I do. I was just talking to my mother before I went live. She's watching one right now. When I go visit her, I try to go on a weekly basis if I can. We watch a couple Hallmark movies together, and now as she's older, she can't get around that much. I try to take her out, though. But when we go back to her house, she has an apartment. I watch the movie with her. And that's how I growing up in a household of all women, I grew up with two sisters and a mother. My parents got divorced at the age of 8. I saw my father somewhat, but not too much in my youth. And I don't have a relationship with him now. But I learned the first, when I was growing up, it was the Lifetime channel. The Lifetime channel was like the all-woman's channel. It was like, oh, that's what you watch if you're a woman. And then in the recent years, it's become the Hallmark channel, which is a little bit like okie dokie love stories. But I remember a conversation I had with my mom a couple weeks ago, or like during Christmas, I should say. And I was like, Ma, these movies are so fake. Why do you watch them? And she says, Sam, you know what? In my place in life, it just gives me some happiness for a couple hours. And, I like it. And so that's always given me a perspective of let people be. Let me not steal someone else's dream, right? So if for a couple hours of the day it brings my mom happiness or someone else happiness to watch a Hallmark movie, I don't want to steal their joy. I'm not into stealing joy. I'm into giving joy. What I would say is, though, is that there's also a price to pay for that. I mean, my mom, she was just telling me too that, she just ate a bucket of cottage cheese and now she's watching the Hallmark channel. And again, she suffers for it physically. She has diabetes, and I know she's in pain. I know she is, but what can you do? So I'm not saying don't watch the Hallmark channel. I'm not saying don't watch movies. I think there's a part of life for that. But I think just be very mindful not to get seduced to stay in that season. And when you stay stuck in that season, and I think, those who understand know what I'm saying, you don't go forward. As you get older, it's harder to go forward. But I do believe in some way that I can't understand. Trust the Lord in all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. That's Proverbs 3:5. I do believe, even though I can't fully understand it, that as we get older, there's still a new season. Even when you're 70, 80, even though the average life expectancy is 80, basically. I still believe in some way I can't understand, in the mind and in the spirit, there is a new season for everyone. And keeping that hopeful expectation is good. Because I always say, well, the only counter argument to why should you not have hope? Why should you not have a dream? Because the opposite is then you're a person, and I no disrespect to Oscar or anything, but then you're a person that your mind is focused on nuclear war. Your mind is focused on negativity. Your mind is focused on no hope. And that's not where I want to be. I don't judge people who want to be there, but I'd rather be someone who has a little bit of a naive. Now, I don't want to say naive, but I want to be a person who's hopeful, who's positive. I'm a realistic person. I use wisdom. I'm a realistic person. I don't try to make things better than what they are as far as like giving you a bunch of bullshit. But it's better to have a positive, optimistic mind than a negative one. You got two choices. You can be one of those people that watch the news or that watch whatever and it's nuclear war. Oh, this person's wrong, this person. Or you can be a person that's positive and thankful. Now look, you guys know I hate being in the snow, and I say that in some videos, but you also hear me say I'm thankful. Why does that matter? Because a person who is thankful will always shift their mind. Your mind needs to be in a good place for you to go forward. Your mind needs to be healthy for you to go into a new season. Very important. Whew. Wandering soul, laugh out loud. I wouldn't call it Britney Spears moment. It's something I've been considering a long time. Plus, I have, I hope I'm saying this right, neuralgia, nerve pain, okay. And my hair hurts, my scalp. Worst case scenario, I just grow it back. Yes, and as you get older, your hair grows back less. I know many of girls who basically are bald and they just either have extensions or they just wear wigs. So I'm sure that's your plan too. Am I mad at that? I ain't mad at that at all. I like being bald because it's less I have to take care of. So when my hairline started to recede, I actually loved it. I just started shaving my head, growing my beard, sexied out, and I don't have any maintenance. Now, some Asian girls I like, they wanted hair. Now, did I care? I said, hell no, I don't give a fuck what you want because I just want to have sex with you. But what I would say is, if you want to shave your head, I'm not against it. But it is going to be shocking. For a woman, it's a little bit shocking. Now, a wig will help. I know a lot of people have wigs, but it's still not the same. And extensions will help. But you should do whatever you want. Because no matter what, as you get older, you're not going to have hair. It's just the way it is. Your hair follicles die. The main thing is, I don't care if you shave your head or I don't care if you grow hair down to your feet. What I care about is that you have a healthy mind. What I care about is that you talk to yourself well. Because if you don't talk to yourself well and you shave your head, you're going to be in a bad place. But if you don't talk to yourself well and you keep your hair, you're going to be in a bad place. You understand what I'm saying? It all goes back to talk to yourself well. Very important. Gilbert, thank you, Linda. Dolores from New Hampshire. We have people from all over the country and all over the world in the chat room. Is that magical? Hell yeah, that's magical, in my opinion. Dolores from New Hampshire says, hey, everyone. And then she gave the sun face smiley emoji. Does that make me happy? Excuse me. On a Friday? Yeah, that does make me happy. How many degrees is it right now in New Jersey? About 33 degrees Fahrenheit. And we still have piles of snow. The roads are mainly clear. Forecast for the next few days is in the 40s. And so it'll probably take a few days for the snow to melt. And my goal is in a week or so be in Florida. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. All right. Very inspired about that. Gilbert. Hey, Dolores. Dolores, hand up emoji. D'Angela. Hey, Dolores. Smiley face emoji. Dolores, hand emoji. Trend News, our brother from Canada. I said, we got people from all over the world here. Do I love Trend News? Hell yeah. Let's see what Trend News got to say. Hey, Sam. I saw this guy digging himself out of the snow, looking for his car. Oh. He finds the cars and says, not my car. Florida is more exciting every day, more enticing every day. Amen. Trend News. We got to be. I'll meet Trend News down in Fort Lauderdale in May. That's when he's going. Now, I'm not going to be all the way down to Fort Lauderdale. I'll probably be in Boca Raton or a little bit north of that. But will I go check out my guy Trend News? Hell yeah. And I am looking forward to taking my next step by making my residence into Florida. I'm very much looking forward to that. A new season is on the horizon. A new season depends solely on your actions. As you do your part, God will do his. Do I believe in that? Yeah, that's how I live my whole life. And guess what? God has blessed me. Do I deserve everything? No. But overall, do I try to do the right thing? Yeah. I'm thankful. Thankful for grace. I'm thankful for pushing forward, and that's how I want to live my life. If somebody wants to be negative, somebody wants to be indifferent, that's up to them. I want to have energy. I want to be passionate. I want to live my dream. I don't want to hurt anyone, but I want to go forward. Trend news. We're going to be down there soon, brother. Galaxy. Hey, Galaxy. Galaxy's from England. I told you we got people from all over the world. Galaxy right now, it's late night in England. Galaxy, what time is it in England? Selling John from Jersey. Some people like sailboats. Wrong channel. Not right channel. Living free. Selling John, I looked on your channel today. I was looking for a new video. Still no new video. But I don't want to put pressure on John. Why? I want John to do things on his own pace. But I love John. I want to see how John's living. I saw a nice picture. He's got a nice background of his boat picture on his page. I like John. I want to see him do more videos. And I want to see him living full-time on his boat in Florida. October 2018. Never coming back. Linda. I want to be alone again. I love being alone. In my van. I love that. And then you can do a live feed and then you got all the friends you want. And then after an hour, you don't have to deal with them. I like that. This live is good for me. It's good for me too. I don't have any family. I don't have any pets. I had a pet once. I loved it, but it was a lot to deal with after I lost it. And this fulfills a level of connection without having the burden of an actual real life relationship. Good family here. Yes, it's a good family because we don't have the burdens to take care of each other. We're just basically in and out, and that's it. I like that. Galaxy. I decided to eat some fish today. Okay, that's a healthy thing. I did it as a way of showing respect to God. I ain't mad at that. I also did it as a way of saying thank you to God. I'm going to try to eat fish at least once a week now. All right, let me say this. What is he talking about for people who don't have a Catholic background or Christian background? We are currently in a season of Lent. What is Lent? From the period of Ash Wednesday to Good Friday, Christians, specifically Catholics, abstain from eating meat on Fridays. Why? It is a form of fasting for them. It's a form of sacrificing something they want to get spiritual enlightenment. Does it work? I mean, some things come through fasting, but Jesus said when you fast, comb your hair, wash your face, and no one should ever know you're fasting. Because anytime you tell someone you're fasting, you lose your blessing. So you have to be very mindful of that. I mean, I see people from all faiths do. I got Muslim friends, and they do that during Ramadan. They tell me like all day they're fasting. I'm like, bro, you shouldn't even be telling me you're fasting. But I don't know. Same thing with Christians though. They get the ash on their head during Ash Wednesday, and then every Friday. But that being said, that's my opinion. That being said, Galaxy is taking a step closer to God. Does that matter? Yes, that matters. And he's expressing that, and I thank him for expressing that. He did the right thing. Why? In one sense, because I believe that anytime you take a step towards God, he takes two towards you, or he or she, however you want to view God. I don't care about that. God is a spirit of love, a spirit that lives inside you. God is not a guy with a beard in the sky. God is a spirit inside you. When Jesus resurrected, that's what Easter is. What's Easter? Easter is a day that Christians remember Jesus resurrected. Good Friday is the day they remember he was crucified. 3 days later, they believe Easter, he resurrected. Birthed a new season. After Passover, season of spring. Passover, Jewish holiday, to remember in the days of Moses, when the spirit of death passed over the house of everyone who marked their door stamp with the blood of a lamb, to show that they were believers of God, of the Jewish faith, which at that time it was just the whatever. And so that's how Passover was. The spirit of death was supposed to kill, I believe, the firstborn sons of all the Jewish believers. But instead it passed over and it killed the Egyptian sons. Why? Because Pharaoh was a oppressive asshole. It had nothing to do about, because you say you're Jewish, you're greater than anyone. What it had to do was the Egyptian Pharaoh was wicked and oppressive. It had nothing to do with a title, okay? And so what it's shown was that God has a heart for the oppressed. I don't care if you're Jewish. I don't care if you're African. I don't care if you're El Salvadorian. God is a God of hope, of love, and of freedom. To free the oppressed, to set the captives free. I don't care what you label yourself. And all these things are principles. They don't have to be taken literally necessarily. They're principles to show us that God is with us. Don't be despaired. Does it matter to have faith? Certainly it does. Certainly, in my opinion, I don't believe you make it to the promised land without faith. That's the whole thing of the promised land. I call Florida the promised land. How do you get to the promised land? You got to have some faith. You don't get there without that. You get lost in the wilderness. You get lost on your couch watching Hallmark movies. You get lost in an unhealthy relationship and you can't see past that. Your promised land will take faith. It will. In my opinion. Do what you want. All right, next comment. Wandering Soul. Oh, crap. It's Friday and I had a cheeseburger. Why am I mad at that? Why? Because, I overeat sometimes too. Now, I try to avoid all animal products other than fish. And I have been doing pretty good for the past, 7 years of my life. But I'm moderately overweight. I'm 210 pounds, a little bit overweight for my height. I'm 6 foot tall, but you guys know my story. I used to be 350 pounds, got down to 150. Now I'm at a sustainable level at 210. What's the secret to health? Eat more plants, drink more water. I believe in a plant-based diet is wisdom. Albert Einstein said nothing will improve the health of a society like the adaptation of a vegetarian diet. That being said, do I judge Wandering Soul for eating a cheeseburger? Hell no. You know how many nights you could have judged me backsliding in a parking lot of a Popeyes? A lot of nights. So who am I now to sit on my high horse and judge someone who wants a cheeseburger? I'm nobody. So what I say is enjoy it. But if you want, at some point in your journey to get a little healthier, try to eat more plants, less meat. D'Angelo, I grew up raised Catholic. I knew that because I think you're Italian. And so Roman Catholic Italian. Because again, what happened was when Jesus died, there was no such thing as Christians. There was just, Jesus was Jewish. He turned society's mindset to look at a new way in believing in God, rather than a religious dogma way through tradition. And so when he died, the Roman Empire, who ruled the land at that time, started mocking the believers of Jesus, and as a tone of disrespect, they said, wow, look at these Christians. It was a tone of disrespect. Eventually that evolved and is stuck, and that was the brand that branded, that labeled the believers of Christ. Being a Christian was outlawed in the Roman society. It wasn't until the ruler, I believe Constantine, was a ruler. There was a plague in the land at that time. There was lower life expectancy at that time. Why? Because, people would get the flu or people would get sick and it would become a plague because, people didn't have clean running water. They didn't have infrastructure. So diseases were a breeding ground because of lack of infrastructure, lack of evolved society. So plagues could easily wipe out a whole generation. A plague had hit the Roman Empire. And it was a lot of Christian women who stayed and cared for a lot of the Roman government. And so after that, and after also was a political move, it was strategic. It was just like negotiations with North Korea. After that, they said, well, you know what? They're growing in such great numbers, these Christians, that let's make it legal. But to deal with you, I want you to structure it. I want you to structure your faith, and that so when I have a problem as the government, I know who to go to. Thus formed the Roman Catholic Church. Thus, some dogma around how we structure the religion. And so that's part of, in paraphrased way, part of how Christianity evolved. Do your own research. Think for yourself, because certainly I could be wrong, but I've done some research, and I believe overall what I'm telling you is pretty accurate. Now, D'Angelo says, I grew up and was raised Catholic. I received all the sacraments. What's a sacrament? A sacrament is, what's a sacrament? You guys help me out here. Confession, taking the bread, right? Confirmation to be able to take the Eucharist. Give me some sacraments here, guys. Help me out. Today, Nancy says, today I espoused Buddhist principles. Who was Buddhist? Buddhist was an Asian guy who tried different extremes to find enlightenment. I'm paraphrasing now, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe I'm right on this one. Buddhist was a man who went out to find enlightenment. And to find enlightenment, he was on a journey to many extremes. He went to one group of people and said, to find enlightenment, you have to totally deprive yourself of everything. And that's how you become enlightened. He tried to do that, but he didn't find enlightenment. Then he went to one group of people and said, totally indulge yourself in everything you want. That's how you find enlightenment. But he tried to do that. He indulged himself in everything, didn't find enlightenment. At the end of his journey, what Buddhists found, I believe that's right, what Buddha found was balance. Balance was the key. But here's the thing about balance. Balance is relative to an individual taste. Because some people say living out of your car is not balance, it's extreme. But I say no, for me, it's very balanced. It's more balanced than living in a house. For me, living in a car is extreme. It causes harm to myself, my mind. How do we define extremism? Extremism is anything that hurts you or hurts others. And that's important. Why is that important? Because balance is based on individual perspective. Living in a car may be totally balanced for you. Why? Because if you're not hurting yourself and if you're not hurting anyone else, it's balance. But you have to define that. But that's overall about Buddhists. But I've made it. Now here's back to D'Angela's comment. I'll read it from the top. She said she grew up Catholic. She received all the sacraments. Today, she basically adopts Buddhist principles, if I'm reading that correctly. But she's made a decision not to follow any organized religion. I respect all religions. I believe in that. I acknowledge God. I acknowledge Jesus Christ. I believe overall, I follow overall the structure of Christian principles with my own critical thinking and with the open-mindedness that I respect all faiths. I'm not religious, but all faiths, and I rebuke anyone who has any faith or no faith that hurts themselves or hurts others. That's not faith. That may be a religion. So that's my mindset. I don't care if you're atheist. I don't care if you're Christian. I don't care if you're Buddhist, Hindu, Muslim, doesn't matter. Jewish, doesn't matter. That's how I define what's real. As long as you're not hurting yourself or others, I'm okay with it. Wandering soul. I was also raised Catholic and found Buddhism in 2005. I follow a teacher who says exactly that. Don't give it a name. I agree with that totally. Just follow and find the path. I definitely much agree with that. Catholic guilt still follows me though. I believe in that. I mean, that's the problem where the Catholic faith through dogma, not through faith, but through the dogma traditions of priest handing down doctrine that was put on top of scriptures, etc., that they operate off guilt. My father's generation especially. The nuns would basically say you're going to hell if you're doing this. I remember being in the Catholic Church, I think after I got confirmation. And that's basically when you're 13 and you become a man. You know, for like Jewish people, I believe it's like a bar mitzvah. But after confirmation in the Catholic Church, I remember we had this one old school strict priest. And like during the morning prayer, like, you know, we would be like this. We didn't want to be there. We're like, fuck, we'd be like this, right? And I'm like, oh, no, you kids, don't you pray like this. When you pray like this, your fingers are pointing down to hell. You have to pray like this so your fingers are pointing up to heaven. And when you're young, that's very dangerous. You shouldn't hear something like that. It's a guilt trip. A guilt trip is the biggest form of manipulation. A guilt trip is the biggest form of manipulation. All faiths have it. Some faiths believe that you have to pray. Muslim friend, you had to pray to the east a certain amount of times a day. I remember going in as a coffee boy on a construction site. Going into a deli owned by, I believe, some Muslim guys. And there was nobody at the desk. So I had to get these coffees back to these guys at the construction site. Believe me, they didn't want to hear shit. All right? And they get in your ass if you didn't have that coffee right. And I got a lot of that coffee wrong. But you think I give a fuck? I almost had a fight with a couple people. All right, that being said. So I said, look, I need some help. Nobody came. And I know my guy. We would chop it up. And then so I go in the back because I know, like, I've been in this deli like every day. I was a coffee boy. So then I go in the back where I know sometimes they take break. And this Muslim brother, like, he's serious. He got his prayer blanket down. He's praying to the east. And he's saying a certain amount of times. Like, he knows I'm there, but he didn't even acknowledge me. Dead serious on it. I don't think that's how. I think that's too rigid. Same thing with the Catholic faith. I think they guilt trip. I think they, with the Ash Wednesday and all the thing. Any faith. I said it about the Sabbath. I said it about Seventh-day Evangelist. Any faith that puts such a religious demand on the people, I'm not with. Anything that's based on control and manipulation, I'm not with. Loving God should be just like a healthy relationship, right? So if you're in a healthy relationship and someone comes to your door, should you not answer the door because you're doing the holy thing and praying? Hell no. You should answer the door and you should love your fellow person because that's loving God. But sometimes, and I've been there myself, sometimes we've been taught, we've been brainwashed, we've been conditioned that if you really love God, you pray a certain amount of times, you pray this way, you fast this way, but then you neglect your parents, you neglect the person at your door, you neglect others to honor the Sabbath. The Sabbath wasn't made, people weren't made to benefit the Sabbath. The Sabbath was made to benefit the people. Let no religious burden take your benefit. Anything that God has meant to benefit you is to help you, not to put a burden on you. That's the problem. Because the same people who teach these religious burdens, they also tax the people with 10%. And give me a fucking break that you're feeding the poor and that you give me a fucking break. All right? Because I've been out there, I'm feeding the poor. It's a bunch of bullshit. Now, Catholic charities do some good shit. I've seen that. But a lot of waste. A lot of waste. I mean, if you really want to, I mean, and some about, see, that's the thing too, like, if you've never really seen some poor shit, some of the help on the poor has nothing to do with giving them money. And, like, you know, but you can't tell certain people certain things. They're not ready for it. They don't understand. They haven't lived through it. Like my man Tretch from Naughty by Nature said that if you ain't never been to the hood, don't ever come to the hood. Why? You wouldn't understand the hood. Does it have to do anything about the hood? Some things about that, but just about some things in general. If you never experienced some things, you'll never understand. All right, let me get back to live comments. I went a little bit off on that, but that's what I felt. Wandering Soul. Very exciting. You're so close to changing your residency. Praise the Lord. I'm happy for you. Thank you. Change is good. Yes, change is good. Change is scary, but we have to go forward. Change gets better as you go forward. It gets scarier as you get stuck. Very powerful there. Let me hear that one again. Change gets better as you go forward. The more decisions you get, the better it becomes. The less decisions you make, the more you stay idle, the harder and the scarier change comes. Action alleviates anxiety. Action alleviates anxiety. Idleness increases anxiety. Very important there. Powerful. All right, let me roll down these windows. Why? Because it's getting foggy in the Renegade. I'm giving you that full sermon. Powerful. Powerful. Galaxy from England. It's 1:13 a.m. Here now. Laughing out loud. You better laugh because it's good to laugh. Tammy, also my fellow Floridian, gave me the sunglass emoji. Tammy, please give me a weather check in Florida. I know it's been a little cold. I talked to my guy Milano today from Miami. Told me it's 59 degrees Fahrenheit in Miami. Am I mad at that? I ain't mad at that. I could deal with like 61 day. And then, because you know what? Next week's going to be 75. And the time I get down there, it'd be 80 degrees. Am I going to be loving that? Hell yeah, I'm going to be loving that. Because that's the type of weather I'm meant to live in. That's me. All right, a lot of churches down in Florida. Am I going to be in church? No, I ain't going to be in church. I'm just going to be living my life. You know why? Because every day I live my life, I spread the gospel. Why? Because I'm myself. Okay? I don't have to, all right, I'm going to get going. I'm going to go for it. Wandering Soul. The Orthodox fast during the day of all 40 days. Which 40 days? 40 days and 40 nights. That's the amount of time Jesus fasted. That's the representation between Ash Wednesday to Good Friday. It's the representation that of 40 days and 40 nights Jesus fasted. Now, remember that movie, 40 Days, 40 Nights? When the guy restrained from masturbating, he tried to give up for Lent. He tried to give up masturbating. Do you ever see that movie? Great movie. Because I related. Because sometimes, like, I thought I was wrong to masturbate. And I'd be sitting there all backed up, all tensed up. No good. All right? And this movie, Google it. Look for it on YouTube. I believe it's called 40 Nights. But it was about Lent. And it was a guy who said, I wonder if I can restrain myself from masturbating and having sex both for 40 days, 40 nights as Lent. Guess what he found? He found he could do it, and he took back the power that the pussy had. Yep, the pussy has power. And, I'm sorry to say it, I gotta say it, earmuffs. Whew. Let me tell you something. A lot of guys out there, they get trapped. Why? Pussy whips them. And they, I got there. Or, wanting it. Look, that's why I tell you, you should masturbate. Why? Because then if you get in a relationship, you know you're not doing it just for sex. If you get in a relationship just for sex, no good. Not good. All right, where we at? Wandering Soul. The Orthodox fast during the all 40 days. My ex, see her ex. See, you over there, you turned your life around to have sex with Wandering Soul. Then, 10 years later, you're her ex, she's shaving her head, and life goes on. What does that tell us? Masturbate, because maybe you shouldn't get in that relationship. All right. My ex was Greek Orthodox. He laughed at our Catholic version. Well, I ain't gonna laugh at anybody. Of no meat on fries. I ain't gonna laugh, but I understand. That don't do meat at all for 40 days. Nothing that bleeds. Well, I understand. Well, I hear that. Sound John, stay tuned at Sound John. Yes, I want a new video. New video coming. Yes, I'll be watching. I thought about you in this one. Yes, I talk shit. Not easy. Yes. Sound John, I'm gonna watch it. Let me know. Pack Live, shout out to you. First viewer on my video today. Sound John, living on a boat in South Florida in 7 months. Brother, you're about a half a year away from changing your life. Is Florida going to change your life? Hell yeah, it's going to change your life. But you also have to do the foundational things. I made a video about that. What I'm trying to tell you is, you know what's going to change my life? When I have those endless summer Florida plates. Why? Because I already did the hard work. I already took care of my mind, body, soul. You know that. I'm doing things responsibly. So, when I get those endless summer plates, my life shall change forever. And we will be in the magical land of Boca Raton. Praise the Lord. Yeah, very excited. Very inspired. D'Angelo. That's inspiring, Sailing John. Yes, very inspiring. Gilbert, there is a good song by Nat King Cole, Nature Boy, that says the greatest thing that you will ever learn is just how to love and to be loved in return. I'm not mad at that. Thumbs up emoji to you, Gilbert. Our man Galaxy from England with a very mysterious profile face. Now, if that profile face ain't mysterious, I don't know what is. Okay, gotta be very careful. If Galaxy says he wants to meet you in a parking lot of a Lowe's hardware store, would you meet him with that profile picture? I won't meet anyone. I don't care what their profile picture looks like. Why? Profile picture could be from 10 years ago, or it could be of somebody else. They could have took a screenshot of a model, uploaded it to YouTube. Guess what you're doing? You're meeting with Freddy Krueger at a Lowe's parking lot. Or you think you're going to get free boondocking at somebody's parking lot? You want to go down to Florida? Oh yeah, come to my house. I got free boondocking in my parking lot. Next thing you know, they're coming to your Jeep Renegade, some out-of-shape person, and they want to molest you. Now, that's not safe. That's not safe. I don't care what Honda Element Life told you. That's not safe. That's not safe. Don't do that. Galaxy. I was planning on eating fish for a while now. I decided today was the day that I'd eat it. There's any way I could give thanks and respect to God, then I'll do it no matter what. Galaxy, I am at you. Love and respect you. I love Galaxy. Thumbs up. Sound John. Inspiring it is. Hope to inspire others as well. You will. There's a way. Anytime you live your dream, you inspire others. Anytime you are yourself, you inspire others. Anytime you don't live your dream, you don't inspire others. Anytime you're not yourself, you don't inspire others. Inspiration is only tapped into when you're yourself, when you be you, and when you do the things you're called to do. That's true inspiration. Never forget it. Wandering Soul, profession of faith. D'Angelo. Oh, okay, that's one of the sacraments, I believe. D'Angelo. Sacrament equals, all right, here we go, equals outward sign of grace, baptism. Good job, D'Angelo, thank you. Gilbert, in the Roman Catholic Church and many Orthodox churches, the rites of baptism, confirmation, the Eucharist, penance, anointing of the sick, ordination, and matrimony. Good job, Gilbert. Thank you. You broke down that list. Good job, guys. I didn't know that. Taught me something. I kind of knew it, but I didn't know it, so I appreciate that. That's a lot of wisdom in that. Well, not wisdom, but a lot of information. DC, baptism. Good job. My man Capstar, or I'm sorry, my female girl. Sorry, Capstar, I love you. Very beautiful. Capstar, we pray 5 times a day. I agree. No burdens. Yep, I agree. Now, because here's the thing, right? Catholics, what do? You go to confession, and they say, all right, I just basically committed adultery. How do I get forgiven of the sin? Oh yeah, go say 5 Hail Marys. So again, it doesn't matter if you're Christian, it doesn't matter if you're Muslim. All these religious burdens are universal across different religions. And so I'm here to set the captives free. Now, if some people want to stay in their religious burdens, whether they're Catholic, Muslim, Jewish, whatever, they should be them. Now, as long as what they're doing is not hurting anyone, I don't care. And all faiths have good and bad in it. But for me, I want to live a life of loving God, treating people right, and that's it. I'll figure the rest out through my own research and through my own planning. So that's how I feel. Love and respect, and thank you for the comment, Capstar. Where we at? Capstar, I agree, no burdens. Kimberly Jenkins. Sacraments, religious ceremony or act of Christian church that is regarded as an outward and visible sign of an inward spiritual divine grace in particular. Very, I love that Twitter face emoji. It's interesting. All I can say is, again, like, are you really forgiven of your sins if you say the Hail Mary 5 times? I mean, come on, I don't know. I mean, it's not. It's a religious act. It's not a circumcision of the heart. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? That's why I can't buy into that. I understand. I believe confessing and sharing with your life, that's healing. But, you know, just doing a certain amount of prayers, a certain amount of time, I don't believe in that. Jesus even said, don't repeat your prayers over and over again to prove that you're religious. He said, if you're really going to pray once, because God already knows what you want. And then he gave the Our Father. He said, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom will come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us of our sins. Forgive those who trespass against us. And that's it. Let us not give into temptation. He didn't say anything like religious. He didn't speak in tongues. He didn't, bash anybody else. That was it. But a lot of people don't want to accept that. Why? Because a lot of people make life more complicated than it needs to be. I don't care if they're Christian, Muslim, Jewish, Buddhist, doesn't matter. Most people make life more complicated than it needs to be. And that's their decision. But I'm not going to do it. I don't care. Star Pack. Make sure you stay hydrated. Star Pack, thank God you came back in. I almost got dehydrated. Almost got dehydrated, Star Pack. That's why you're my guy. Star Pack, love and respect you, brother. I love my guy, Star Pack, man. Good man. Appreciate Star Pack. Wandering Soul. At Sailing John. I didn't realize you made videos. Yes, please check out Sailing John and subscribe to his channel. Why? Because support one another. See, he ain't got nothing negative on there. I'm going to check out the Sailing Life. Good. Tammy, it's 60 degrees Fahrenheit in Florida. Tammy, I want to go to Florida. Out of Illinois, he loves the cold weather. Let's see what Al Illinois has to say. Great to see you again. Al Illinois, thumbs up to you. Why do I like Al Illinois? Because he's passionate about living where he's at. And he's happy. And I like that. Sailing John, that's cool. WS. Out of Illinois. Wherever you go, there you are. Great comment. Home is where your heart is. Wherever you go, there you are. Very insightful comment. Let the wise discern that. Sailing John, 2 laughs emojis. Galaxy. I'm going to watch some YouTube videos. It was nice talking to y'all. Peace and love. We love you, Galaxy. Peace and love. Gilbert. See you, Galaxy. Galaxy at Gilbert. 2 laugh face emojis. Guys, I love you. I appreciate you. I missed a comment. Jesus Taurus. Hey, how's your day going? Overall positive, and I'm pushing forward, and I want to wish everyone, happy Friday. I pray that whatever your hopes, desires, and dreams are, that you push forward to your new season. Your new season is whatever is calling your spirit. And your new season does not depend on anyone. It doesn't depend on Inspirational Nomad. It doesn't depend on Bob Wells. It doesn't depend on Donald Trump. It doesn't depend on the hiring manager. The new season depends on you taking action, you talking to yourself well, you treating others the right way, but also not being a doormat for others, not being guilt-tripped into agreeing with others. Your new season cometh. And I pray it does for you. I want the best for everyone. I want you to live a great, positive, inspired life. Go in peace.